Here's a warning that credit cards are now putting on their billing statements, and I think it's a new federal requirement because we had so much credit debt in the United States. But they put a late payment warning. If we do not receive your minimum payment by the date due, you will pay a late fee of up to $35, and your purchase APR may be increased to a penalty APR of 27.24%. That's huge. You saw on my credit card I had 7.99% on one of them, and on the other one I had 11.99%. Those are pretty good rates. 25% is like if you have no credit. And here they're telling you 27% is what you're going to get charged if you make a late payment. So oftentimes they will increase they'll give you like maybe one time where they don't raise your interest rate, but they're very quick to raise your interest rate if you make late payments. So very important not to make late payments, and that's why they're showing this now. It's sort of like full disclosure. When you get your credit card statement, take a look at that and see what will happen if you don't pay on time. Then they have a minimum payment warning. And this is really important because normally what people used to do is look at their credit card statement and it would say $5,000, minimum payment is $50. And they would say, oh, cool, I only have to pay $50. And so here's your warning now. If you make only the minimum payment each period, you will pay more in interest and it will take you longer to pay off your balance. And then they're giving you some examples. If you pay only the minimum payment due, and this was for my credit card balance that I happen to have, I don't remember the total on it, but it then tells you if you only make that minimum payment, it will take you 7 years to pay off your account. And you're going to pay $2,771. That's how much you pay altogether. So I had a maybe $1,500 balance or something like that. If you make no additional charges each month and you pay $60 a month, it will take you 3 years to pay off your balance. And here's the amount of interest and the total amount that you will pay. And they even tell you that you will save money by paying more instead of just paying the minimum payment due. And then finally, they're giving you information on credit counseling services and a phone number to call. So this is really serious business. If you are using a credit card and you're not paying off the balance every month, you can get yourself into some severe financial difficulties. And so I wanted you to see this and talk about it just a little bit so that you understand what you're getting into if you choose to leave money on a credit card. My mantra is always don't charge it unless you can pay it. And I use my credit card for convenience. So I use it when I go to the grocery store and go to restaurants and all that. But I don't put more money on the card each month than I can afford to pay off each month. And that's a good way to go if you possibly can. If not, double check what is your APR for your account. How much are you going to end up owing in interest if you can't make that full payment every month? And again, if you go to your bank or credit union, you'll get a much better deal on a long-term loan if you need extra money. All right, so here's just some practice for us based on what we did on the previous 2 pages, looking at here's your average daily balance, here's the annual percentage rate, what is the daily periodic rate, here's the number of days we're going to use that rate, and how much interest or finance charges are you going to pay. So go ahead and try those 3 out, and I will show you how I worked them in a minute.